She also saw that the tree had a capability to make one wise. The desire to learn to and to know another is a core desire that is in us. It is the core of desire in us. God has placed in the human being, and it is fuel. It is the fuel that draws us to seek and find. So tatlo. Sabi nga ng iba, lust of the flesh, lust of the eyes, and pride of life. Laging akala natin ito ay pwedeng gamitin natin, which is natural. Ginagamit ni Satan yung natural na mayroon tayo. Na sa simula, wala naman talaga masasabi nating masama. And someone once observed that Satan, like a good fisherman, baits his hooks according to the appetite of the fish. So, saan ka mahina? Kung mahina ka sa math, siyempre makipagkaibigan ka sa magaling sa math. Diba? Alam mo naman, makipagkaibigan ka dun sa mahina pa rin sa math. Dun, siyempre, ang temptation ay naroon. So, the temptation is, paano pagka final exam? Ikaw na lang, magkaiba kayo, hindi kayo po pwedeng magkalapit. So, mahirap. Pwede kang nakakasagot pagka may katabi ka. Pero pag ikay nag-i-exam na lang, tandaan natin one of these days, we will be in front of God, accounting for everything that we have done. And no one can help us except tayo lamang at yung ginawa natin. So, in tempting us, Satan will always appeal to one of those natural and normal drives. Temptation appeals to the core of our desires. It is important, however, that we recognize, number two, not only temptation appeals to our core desires, but the corruption of our desires. It aims at the corruption of our desires. So, ayun yung ating desire, okay lang, but it corrupts. All of the things that appealed to Eve about the tree of the knowledge of good and evil were things that were naturally a part of her makeup. Her thoughts about the tree, however, served to strengthen the temptation, because in order to satisfy those natural desires, she would have to disobey the word of God. Yun ang problema. She can be satisfied, her desires could be satisfied, but it is against the word of God. Hindi naman pwedeng andun yung iyong desire na pagbigyan mo, and at the same time, God is edified or glorified. So, Satan sought to corrupt these natural desires by using them to lure Eve into disobeying and dishonoring God. The old serpent is still working on it sa ngayon. Ito pa rin ang kanyang ginagamit. Think about it. Take for instance, I'd like to use this for illustration. Sa isang tao, pagka ikaw ay mayroong gustong kainin, at naglalaway kapag hindi mo nakuha ito. Kung magagalit ka sa tatay mo o sa nanay mo pagka hindi mo nakuha. At kung hindi pa rin, pwedeng umalis ka ng bahay para makuha mo pa rin ito. Many young people of today ay napapahama dahil sa ayaw makipagkaibigan ng magulang, but still, questionable kasi yung character ng mga kaibigan, but still they insist. So they were hooked. May isang young people, by the way, na umattend sa church natin doon sa Santa Rosa. Mahilig siya makipagkaibigan. Ayaw ng magulang niya. Pero yung kanyang mga kaibigan ay talagang medyo bad in character. Nakatikim siya ng drugs. At to make the long story short, he is hooked now sa drugs. Hindi na siya kayang baguhin ng desire ng kanyang nanay. Kahit mag-iiyak man yung nanay niya. Ipanalangin man namin yung lalaki. The power of addiction is more powerful. Plus, yung kanyang mga kaibigan ay sinasabing, kasi ngayon may operation tukang sinasabing ituturo ka namin. So patuloy siyang nagiging under. Slave siya ng kanyang mga kaibigan. Nagsimula ka saan? disobedient sa magulang. It's good na mayroon pala kayong part dito sa worship. Dapat ganun lang. Pero iba sa loob ng church, iba sa labas. Tanong, are we consistent enough to be like that? We should be consistent kahit na nakatalikod si tatay at nakatalikod si nanay. I think ang tapat, ang isang tao na inaasahan ng magulang, young people are supposed to be faithful. Sa Tagalog, tapat. Guys, baliktarin niyo yung salitang tapat. Iba tapat pa rin. So, maging nakatalikod o nakaharap sa parents, dapat faithful pa rin tayo. Tapat pa rin tayo. Nakaharap ka sa tatay mo, kung ano yung sinasabi mo sa harap niya, yun din yung sinasabi mo sa talikuran. God is looking for people who are faithful to His Word, faithful to Him and fully committed to Him. Our desires could not be corrupted by our own personal desires. Our desires should be, sa tingin ko, dapat hawak-hawak ng kapangyarihan ni Lord. The power of God is much in control rather than the temptation to commit error and sin. Satan actually succeeds in corrupting the desire for people and doing it outside the will of God. Kahit na masama. And any person who does things apart from the will of God, we call it sin. Because it is a violation of God's character. Now, panguli, temptation stops with a decision. Matitigil lamang ito sa desisyon. Una, nang pinag-aaralan ko kasi itong message na to, I purposely stopped doon sa verse 6. Then, doon sa verse doon sa kahulihan na sabi, she took the fruit thereof and did it, and she gave also to her husband with her. And he did it. I stopped reading there because this is the end of the temptation. With the decision to eat this fruit, temptation ended and sin began. Nakuha niyo? Temptation stop when we yield into it. Ang bunga na nun ay sin, not temptation anymore. By the way, temptation is not sin. To be tempted is. So una sa lahat, you should decide. The decision to relent is important. The decision to relent is important. Once Adam and Eve had relented to temptation, they were no longer tempted with the fruit of the tree. They're no longer. The devil says nothing to bring following their sin. He had just his way successfully. And he did not tempt them anymore with regards to the tree. There is a sense in the decision that give us in our desire to relent to temptation will, and at least temporarily end its lure in us. Ang masama nito, if you give in, sa Tagalog ay bumigay, tapos na yung temptation eh. Anong nangyayari? Guilt comes in. Temptation stops. You already committed sin. Sa verse 7, I'd like to read verse 7. Then the eyes of them both were opened, and they knew that they were naked, and they sewed fig tree leaves together and made themselves apron-like girdles. Ando na. Dati-dati magkasama lang sila. I don't know, but I read parang commentary. I don't know if I would like to believe it or not. But sinasabing the innocent, the period of innocence ni Adam and Eve, they were clothed with the glory of God. But the moment they sinned, the glory of the Lord get out from them so that they became what? Naked, actually. And they saw themselves for the first time. Masakit. Isang pagkakamali, pero ang laki ng consequence. You will find that when you relent to temptation, it is never alluring and never as appealing once the fruit of sin hard on your stomach and heavy in your heart. Andun sa loob ng tiyan, pero ang mas masakit ay doon sa heart. Because you have committed sin against the Lord. Sure, there is pleasure in sin for a season, but it is never as fulfilling, as never satisfying as you thought it would be and you are considering the offer of the devil. May isang babae na, ito, nakuha ko to. Ask a girl, leaves the appointment at the abortion clinic if she is in a hurry to sleep with the boy again. Palagay mo, pag kagagaling pa sa abortion clinic, tanungin mo, babalik ka pa ba doon? Surely nadala na siya. Ask a man lying in his own drunken fit and sickness if he had another drink. We all experience the letdown that comes on our sin because we fall short of the expectation of the Lord. Tanong, do we still do it again? Do we still have the power to do it again? Pero ang tao, mayroon yata tayong sinasabing, here am I again. Ulit-ulit na lang. Because, kagaya ng isang drug addict, sin is a form of addiction. Nalulungkot ako na ang church usually is filled with people na napalapakan. Sa halip na sila ay ihingi ng sorry yung kanilang mga mali at mga compromise. Another, masasabi kong temptation is stopped with a decision to relent. However, number two, it can also be stopped if your decision is to resist. Ang tawag yan, alam ko kung kayo familiar with the word counterfactual. Counterfactual actually is, what if? Yun yung mga word. What if? Ano kaya't hindi si mama mo ang napangasawa ni daddy mo? Counterfactual. Ano kaya't hindi kayo naging Kristyano? Ano kaya't hindi kayo napasama sa mas medyo well-off na family? Ano kayang mangyayari? Yung mga tanong na ito, ang tanong na ganito, paano kung hindi nagkasala si Eve? Problem is, nagkasala na nga eh. We have to face the music. Young people, you have another option not to relent. The other option is resist the temptation. Whenever temptation arises and comes along your way, you have an option to fall or to reject. You have the capacity, tandaan natin, you are a product of your own choice. May isang nagsabi na, when we say, if the colonies had not won, then ano sana kinakanta nila rather than ng Amerika? Rather than siguro yung God Save yung sa ngayon ang kinakanta nila ay Thunder Spangled, something like that.
Star Spangled.
Yeah, Star Spangled Banner, something like that. Sa halip, ang kanilang kakantahin, kung hindi nanalo yung mga revolutionary, ang kinakanta nila, God Save the Queen. What if na hindi nanalo ang mga Pilipino laban sa mga Amerikano? Ang kinakanta natin yung kanilang pambansang awit rather than bayang magilid.